Hey everyone, it's Laura. I missed Mask Monday this week, so I'm doing a mask now. I did a hair mask, and then I put some oil in my hair and put it up, and doing some self-care. So I thought I would tell you guys what's been going on with me, and then I have some friend mail. So hopefully I'll have time to open this. I'm gonna do my story time first. So let me show you the mask that I'm using. It's this, it's from Mask Bar Fantasy Snowman animated sheet mask. It's so cute. I got this from Cece from Cece's Trial Size Life. You can see the carrot on the nose. It's really cute. So I thought I would do that while, since like I said, I missed Mask Monday and I'm going to be just sitting here chatting. So might as well do some self-care in the process. So you probably saw from my, the title of this video, I did not have such a happy start to my new year. Hopefully it will only go up from here, but for those of you that don't know, because I didn't do a community post, I did tell a few fellow YouTubers, but Sunday morning I got a call from my mom at about 8:45. The caller ID said the name of a hospital. And when I answered it, it was my mother. And she goes, guess where I am? I'm like, well, you're in the hospital. She was dog sitting for New Year's Eve for one of her friends and took the dog out in the morning, Sunday morning, early, and fell in the parking lot and broke her hip. Very early, probably 7, something like that. She had to crawl because she couldn't stand up to the door, which was about 50 feet. She pulled herself and managed to bang on the door. A neighbor heard her, thank God, opened the door. So my mom lives in an apartment, opened the door, helped her in, like pulled her inside in the like vestibule area and called 911. And then she was taken by ambulance to the hospital. So, and then one of her neighbors had to watch the dog. That was a whole thing. I probably won't tell that whole story because I'll run out of time. But there was a lot of chasing around. But on my part, I had to go to her apartment and lock it up and get her purse, and it was a whole thing. So anyway, so because she fell on a Sunday that happened to be January 1st, there was no on-call orthopedic surgeon that could do hip surgery. There was one orthopedic surgeon on call. He was a shoulder specialist. So they said, you will have surgery tomorrow, Monday the 2nd. I happened to be off of work on the 2nd. So I was like, you know what? If it had to happen, it's a good time. My brother and I were both off of work. We can spend time with her, you know. So she spent Sunday in the hospital. I got to her hospital room about, I'd say about 10:30 that morning, because after I got, or about 11, I think. So after I got off the phone with her, then, you know, I had to like get myself presentable because I was in my pajamas, you know, it was Sunday morning. I was drinking coffee. So I had to go to her place, find her keys, which she had dropped in the parking lot, check on the dog. I mean, it was a whole thing. I had to make frantic phone calls to her friends saying, come home early, get your dog because the neighbor has it. It was a mess. So I grabbed her purse, locked up her apartment, went straight to the hospital. I stayed there till probably, I don't even know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, pretty much all day. I had dinner. Did I have dinner there? No, I had dinner at home. Cafeteria was closed, of course. So on the way home, I stopped at McDonald's. That's what I did. I remember now. So they said the surgery was going to be Monday morning. Probably late morning because they already had one surgery scheduled for 9 o'clock. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to try to get up there around 10 or 11. And she called me that morning. I called her that morning to check in, and she said the surgery is planned for noon. I said, okay, I'm going to try to get there by 11. I got there right around 11. And she was doing, you know, okay. She's in pain, but they were giving her morphine. So she was looped up, but she couldn't move at all, you know, so she had a catheter in, the whole thing. I mean, she couldn't move her legs, I should say. You know, she could move her arms. She couldn't twist, though, at her side because she was in so much pain. She was bruised up, and she has a big bruise on her elbow, her knees. I mean, she was in pretty rough shape. So they ended up not coming to take her back until about 12:30. They said the surgery takes about an hour and a half. I'm her, like, emergency contact person. They confirmed they had my number in the system. They said, we will text you with updates. They never did. This is a beautiful hospital, by the way. It's one of the top ones in the area. So I'm glad that that's where they ended up taking her by ambulance rather than the closest one to her house. Like, this is a much nicer hospital and it's not too far from me. It's kind of halfway in between where she lives and where I live. But so I didn't get any updates, but eventually a nurse did come in and tell me that she was in recovery. This was, by the time they came in, it was almost 3 o'clock. And her surgery was supposed to be at, noon, but they said they started late. They didn't come get her till 12:30, and she said they didn't start right away. She said she's in recovery. Her blood pressure's been kind of low, so she's going to stay down in recovery until, it stabilizes, till they can get it back up. And I said, okay, no problem. And then about 30 minutes later, they came in the room. They said, change of plans. Your mom's going to the ICU. So let's pack up her stuff and move it down there. And they gave me the room number she was going to be in. And I was on the phone with Ricky at the time because he had to go to work. And I just started bawling. And he's like, do you need me to come up there? I said, no, just go to work. I'll be okay. I just panicked because I wasn't expecting it. And then we packed up all of her stuff. They said, wait here until she's settled in her room. They came in and told me that what happened was she was bleeding from the, where they did the incision. My mom is on blood thinners. And so honestly, even if there had been a surgeon that could have done her surgery on Sunday, they probably wouldn't have been able to do it because her blood would have been too thin. So they have to wait for it to thicken up. And they tested her before they took her on Monday and said it should have been fine. But for some reason, she was still oozing and her blood pressure was very low, like 80/40 or something crazy low like that. So they said, that's why we're taking her to the ICU. The surgeon actually came in and talked to me. He said, try not to worry, because I think he could see it on my face. He's like, the only reason why we're taking her to ICU is because the nurses there are more equipped to handle this kind of stuff. This is the ortho floor. They're used to setting broken bones and things like that. They're not used to, people with blood loss and, that are fainting and stuff like that. So he said, try not to worry, she'll be okay. But that's where she's going to end up. And he said the surgery went great, other than, what happened after the surgery. During the surgery, everything went fine. She did have a hip replacement. The ball was completely broken off on that bone there. So it was bad. It was a bad break. But he said she'll heal up fine. It will take a few weeks, for her to heal. And then he said most likely we'll recommend her going home with you to stay at your house to rehab rather than going to a skilled nursing facility. And I looked at him like, are you nuts? I have to work. I can't be home with her all day. We are in a 2-story townhouse. I don't want her going up and down the stairs when I'm not here. I said, we'll talk about that another time. So anyway, she spent all afternoon Monday, Monday night until yesterday morning in the ICU. I called her Tuesday. I went to work. I called her in the morning and she said, I'm doing much better. They ended up giving her a blood transfusion Monday night when I was still there. And she said, I'm feeling much better. They're going to transfer me back up to the ortho floor. I said, well, that's great news. And she said, I'm going to be back in the same room. And I was like, cool, I know where that is. I remember the room number, no problem. And because I had planned on going up to see her after work on Tuesday. About an hour later, she called me and she's like, well, they were getting ready to put me up there and I fainted. And my blood pressure is low again. I might need more blood. So I'm going to be staying in the ICU for a little while. I said, okay. 2 hours later, she called again. Oh, now I'm better. And they are going to put me up in my room. I mean, this was when I was at work on Tuesday. It was my first day back in the office. And it just was like a roller coaster of emotions. I had whiplash from all the changes. So she ended up going back up to the ortho floor on Tuesday. I saw her. I went straight there from work on Tuesday. Hung out with her for a couple of hours. Had dinner with her. Had hospital food. It's not good. Ricky's been in the hospital several times, and where he was, they had good food. This food was not good. But anyway, so she was doing great when I left last night, Tuesday night, and we talked about it, and I said, I need a day at home. I'm behind on laundry and just, a bunch of stuff because I spent all day Sunday, all day Monday with her at the hospital. Didn't go get home till after 8 o'clock. Tuesday I went to work, then went straight to the hospital. So, and my brother was going to come up on Tuesday yesterday, and I told him, why don't you skip today and come tomorrow? And then because I was already there, I said, I'll be here today. and then I'll skip tomorrow. So I'm hoping we're going to continue that. So that's the plan. So I called her, several times today. I'm going to call her again when we're done with this video here, just to see how she's doing. I've been calling her like in the morning, and then, usually late morning or early afternoon, and then dinner time, and then again, like before bed. At least that's what I did yesterday. I called her a couple times during the day, saw her, and then called her again before I went to bed. So anyway, this morning she had another scare where her blood pressure was low. They ended up giving her more blood. I asked her why her hemoglobin is still so low, and she said they told me, but I don't remember. She was very down and in the dumps. And then I felt like crap because I wasn't planning on going today. And I was like, does this mean I have to go instead of my brother? Not that I don't want to see my mother. It's a 30-minute drive from my house, you guys. It's not like this is right around the corner. I'm going to burn myself out doing all this, running around. So then the nurse was coming in while I was talking to her. So she said, I got to go. I said, I'll call you back in a little while. So I waited about an hour. I called her back. Her spirits were much better. So I think she just kind of had a little moment, which is totally understandable. So, when I talked to her this afternoon, she was doing much better. She's feeling better. They did not have to take her back to the ICU. She's still on the ortho floor. They did stand her up today. Yesterday when I was there, they helped her up into like a commode, to go to the bathroom, the chair with the thing under it, by putting a strap, one of those heavy fabric straps around her and like pulling her and having her sit forward. And then two nurses, put her on the commode. She isn't, able to put weight on it yet. But today she said she was able to stand, with the help of a walker. But so every day we're hoping, she can do a little bit more. And then once everything is stable, then she will be going to the skilled nursing facility. She said when they decide when she's ready to go there is when she's able to stand up, with the help of a walker and like sit down on her own, because she has to be able to get into the transportation vehicle that will take her to the skilled nursing facility. And then when she can leave there, she has to be able to, I don't know if she has to be able to drive, or get in and out of a car unassisted, something like that. Because they don't transport you home from there. Someone has to come get you, that kind of thing. So we're hoping it'll only be a couple of weeks, but I don't know if my mom said it or if a different doctor, but somehow her coming to stay with me got off the table. I told the doctor I would talk to my mom about it. My mom was like, they gave me a list of skilled nursing facilities. So I think she kind of doesn't want to stay here. I mean, we've got Coco, we've got the two cats. It's just not the ideal situation. I told the doctor it'd be better off for her to stay at her own place and have me stay with her. Would have been easier because she's in an apartment. It's all one floor, but they're going to put her in skilled nursing, which is kind of what I had hoped for. So very long story. I'm sorry for the rambling, but I've been very stressed and very tired. All the plans I had for those, for my long weekend went out the window. Sunday, Ricky and I just stayed home and had takeout and just watched the ball drop. And Sunday I was going to do stuff around the house and record Mask Monday. And I was going to start thinking about my goals for the year for my channel. I don't do resolutions, but I was going to write down some goals and maybe do some decluttering. I didn't do none of that because I wasn't home. So I'm behind on everything. I'm behind on watching my friends' videos. So I apologize to my fellow YouTubers. That is why. I've been trying to keep up with comments, but I haven't posted a video in almost a week. So there hasn't been that many comments. So that part's been easy. But I've had some friend mail here for probably, I don't even know, 5, 6, 7 days. So I'm going to open this right now. The first up, this is from Janelle Naylor, whose channel is Janelle Naylor Beauty and Blindness. And I will link her in the description box below. I won a giveaway from her, and it was a sheet mask giveaway. I don't think I meant to enter it because I have enough sheet masks, but it was really sweet and I was excited that I won. So it was sweet of her to send it. So it came in an Ipsy bubble mailer, and we have got 5 sheet masks here. Nice. Okay, so we have got Dermal Green Tea Collagen Essence Mask. That sounds really nice. Dermal Olive Collagen Essence Mask. Oh, I bet that smells good. Olive oil is so good for your skin. These are all by the brand Dermal, so I'll quit saying that. This one is White Collagen Essence Mask. And this one says brightening, moisturizing, and firming. And it's got like flowers but in the shape of a snowflake on it. This one is Bamboo Collagen Essence Mask. This is moisturizing, refining, and firming. And then the last one is Apricot Collagen. And this is moisturizing, firming, and brightening. So thank you, Janelle. I will use these. It was funny when she drew my name, she's like, Laura doesn't need any masks. She's right, I don't. But I will still use them. I'll try to do some, midweek. I don't always do them on Mask Monday, but I try to do masks, more frequently. So thank you, Janelle. And like I said, I'll link her in the description box below. Then we have a card here. I did pre-open this one. Again, these are Christmas cards. Some of these were probably at my post office box last week that I just didn't get to, but look, it's Clark Griswold. Merry Clarkmas. I watch this movie every year at Christmas time, usually more than once. And Ricky gets annoyed because he doesn't like it, but I love it. So this is from Chelsea K's Creations. So I will link her in the description box below too. This is wishing you the happiest Christmas ever. And that's a line from the movie. And there's some other choice words in there that I won't say. But she said, this is my family's favorite holiday movie. Mine and my mom's also. We love this movie. We love watching your videos, especially Bella. She's a Lippy fanatic. Aw. Keep all the wonderful content coming. Excuse me. Hope you have a great Christmas and a happy new year. Well, I had a great Christmas, so there's that. My New Year's Eve was fine. Now, this one, I'm not entirely sure who this is for. It could be one of two people, because this came via airmail. Actually, one of several people, but I think I might know. But it's just addressed to Laura and Ricky, and it's my P.O. box, so I can show you. But look at all the cute stickers on there. And on the back. Got Rudolph and Frosty the Snowman and the Abominable Snowman and the Jack in the Box thing from The Year Without a Santa Claus, which is my favorite Christmas movie. And a shout out to Janelle. I started doing this probably months ago when I first became familiar with her. And I know of at least one other subscriber that's visually impaired. That's why I describe, and I never said why, but that's why I describe in detail what my cards look like and packages and stuff like that, because they're visually impaired. So I want them to be able to enjoy it too. So I never said that's why I do it, but that's why I do it, in case anyone was wondering. So this one's a black card with a beautiful silver snowflake on the front. And it's like iridescent, and it says, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. No. It is from who I thought. It's from Charmaine, from Charmaine's Staycation. Shout out to Charmaine. Woot woot. I can't do it as good as she does. And it's got more of the stickers from The Year Without a Santa Claus and Frosty the Snowman on the inside. It's so cute. And it says, wishing you the gift of love, the gift of hope, and the gift of happiness. Merry Christmas to you and the ones you love. That is so sweet. And then she wrote, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It's been so much fun getting to hang out and collab with you. I can't wait for our next one. XOXO Love, Charmaine. And I'm going to say something about that in a minute. Let me just open my other cards about our next collab. So I've got two more. This one is from Kimmy's Kitchen and More. She is such a sweetheart. So is Charmaine. Charmaine is so bubbly. And Kimmy's very soft-spoken, and she's so pretty, and she's got a very soothing voice. She's just an absolute sweetheart. This says holiday fun, peace, very merry, happy and cozy, love, sweet surprises, together, tradition. It says wishing you a Christmas season that's peaceful, joyful, and oh so very merry. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Kimmy XOXO. That is a very sweet card. Thank you, Kimmy. And then last but not least, we have a card from Mary Catherine Loves Cats. So everyone that sent me friend mail does have a channel. So I will have them all linked in the description box below. And she's got a little cute Rudolph and Santa sticker on it as well. Oh, and Frosty. And then little holiday gnomes on the front. That's so cute. Okay. And got a beautiful house all decorated for Christmas. It says Season's Greetings. That is pretty. Oh my. Like she wrote all over it. Okay, it says, may your heart be warm with happiness and your home be filled with joy throughout the holiday season and always. Dear Laura and Ricky and fur babies. And then she said, thank you so much for the advent calendars for my birthday. They were perfect and so much fun. I love you, Mary. I am grateful for you. Aw. And then she wrote, Happy New Year. Love, Mary. Thank you, Mary. And you are very welcome. So what I was going to say about the kind of applies to both Charmaine and Mary is Charmaine is doing her Beat the Blues collab, and I am part of that. And thank goodness I picked a date towards the end of the month, because if it had been now, I would have had to like bow out of it because I wouldn't have had time to film. My date is January, I think it's 29th, so I've got time to get my stuff together. And so what I was going to say about that is one of the things she's doing for the new year is like writing down, I think she's doing like a gratitude journal or gratitude calendar and writing down something that she's thankful for or happy for every day. And watching those videos, and I think I'm 1 or 2 days behind, but I've been trying, has really helped with all this stuff that I'm going through, kind of get my mind off of everything and just be grateful that, honestly, it could have turned out much worse for my mother. She could have been out there for, gosh, who knows how long. Luckily her neighbor found her. She didn't get frostbite or hypothermia. It wasn't freezing cold that day. I mean, it was cold, but for Wisconsin standards, it was like 35. That's why she felt it was freezing rain. So it wasn't frostbite weather, but she could have gotten hypothermia. So, because who knows how long it would have been before someone would have walked outside and seen her, because it was a Sunday, and it was January 1st. So not a lot of people are out and about. But so that's one of the things that's kind of been helping me is, watching all these videos and that people are talking about things that make them happy and things they're grateful for. So it couldn't have been better timing for me to sound selfish, but it's just how it worked out. And then that leads me to my other point about Mary. Mary always says, count your blessings. And obviously I count her and all of my wonderful friends that I've met along the way, both fellow YouTubers and subscribers. I've made many great friends, and I am thankful for all of you guys. Watching videos has been not only just a good distraction, but just something that cheers me up and makes me happy and kind of helps me get through all of this craziness. And then I've been able to chat with people and, talk about what's going on. And they've been helping me out. Like Mary and Cece specifically have been on my butt to go home when I'm at the hospital for like 8 hours. Like, you need to go home. I'm like, I know. And they're like, text me when you leave, text me when you get home, or message me when you leave, message me when you get home. I'm like, okay, Mom. They're like making sure I take care of myself, because that's not being selfish. That's one of the reasons why when you're on an airplane and they're doing the safety instructions and the mask comes down, they always say, put the mask on yourself before you put it on someone else. Because if something happens to you, you can't help other people. So I need to take care of myself so that I can be there for my mother. If I neglect myself and pour all my energy into helping her, then I'm going to end up going down. Something's going to happen to me, and then I won't be able to be there for her at all. So it's been really helpful for me. So I am so sorry this video is so long. It's going to take forever to upload. Hopefully it'll still go up tonight. So thank you so much for watching and listening if you stuck through this whole thing. I really appreciate you guys. I will be back with more videos when I can. I'm still getting my Ipsy and my Ice Cream Beauty subscriptions. And I'll try to do Mask Mondays when I can. Things should be settling down within a week or two, hopefully. So I'll be back. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you all. I truly do. Have a good day. And I'll link everyone in the description box below that I talked about today. Thanks. Bye-bye.